Welcome to the third time management planning. This one is about business time planning and in the workplace. So, the objectives here are to develop time management plans to identify goals and to organize your day by creating daily plans and avoiding obstacles. Determine the schedule that works best for you and your company. That's the first step. Then, develop a time management plan. Identify your priorities, set your goals, schedule your task, and make short range and long range goals. Set then minor and major tasks. Commit your plan to paper. Write it down. Keep track of the time. Correspond activities with productivity cycles. Create your ideal work schedule. And then modify your current schedule to match up with your new ideal. The obstacles to good planning are interruptions. Expect them and plan ahead for them. Distraction, noisy area, text messages, phone calls. Projects might take longer than anticipated. That's an obstacle. And crises. I add the way to work with a potential crisis is to have a contingency plan, what I call the what if plan. What if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? Also, look for unnecessary routine tasks. Is there any reason for everything that you do? Are there lack of immediate rewards in planning? Yes, it takes time to see the rewards of good planning, but trust me when I tell you it's well worth it. If you're not in the habit of planning, it's hard to get in that habit, but you need to work at it because the benefits are outweighing the reasons not to. Common distractions include people stopping by to visit, phone calls, email, pop up notification boxes, office parties or office work events. You're hungry, you want to stop for lunch. Maybe you're tired and you're fatigued and you don't feel like doing anymore, or you have anxiety or stress. Stress usually from not planning well and doing it too late. And the most common problem to distractions is text messaging. So, how do you prevent interruptions? Isolate yourself, close the door, put up a sign, work in the conference room, or if possible, even work remotely. Don't feel obligated to keep an open door. Open door does not equal always available. What it means is open communication. Inform others of your workflow and your availability. Change the location of your desk. If your desk faces the hallway where everybody walks by, change your desk so that you're not facing that and thus avoiding a distraction. Move any materials or files used by others to another area if possible. And again, plan for slack time for the what if this happens. Control interruptions from visitors or interruptions from co-workers. Screen your visitors. Meet the visitor outside your office. Stand while speaking when seeing your visitor so that they don't get the idea it's okay to sit down and get comfortable. Set a time limit for the visit and develop a rescue signal with a coworker like, hey, you got a call on line 2. For those walk-ins, when someone asks for your time, suggest a specific time later in the day when you can plan for it. If it's urgent to them, ask how many minutes they need and then stick to it. Again, stand up. It prevents someone from trying to come in and sit down and get comfortable. If you have chairs and you don't want anybody there, place items on the visitor's chair or remove the chairs altogether. If the person is starting to tell you stories, ask them to sum it up and what do they need from you. Ask for a direct list of items for discussion and deal with them at an appointed time that works with your schedule. Meet with colleagues regularly. Set up scheduled visits or meetings. Agree on an office quiet time, like from 10 to 12 is when we all work on our projects. Go to your colleague's office. Block interruptions. Make that second chair unavailable. Close your door. Put up a sign. Find a hideaway, a conference, whatever it takes. Post a reminder in your office, maybe on your computer or in front of you somewhere that says, is what I'm doing right now aligned with my goals? Send your calls to voicemail. Turn off the pop-up box for letting you know you have an email. Clear your desk of all unnecessary items so that you have a clear desk to work. Organize your work area. It's very important. Get rid of those distractions. And if you're in a cubicle, use headphones. Now, saying no. Stick to your plan. When someone persists, repeat your position in a slightly different way. Be sure to understand what's asked of you before you respond. Remember, you have the right to say no. Be polite, but firm. Saying no to your boss, remind your supervisor of other projects you have, and then ask them for help with prioritizing. Which one should I do first? Point out that although you might be able to do everything, it may not be up to usual standards if there's too much and you're rushed. Provide suggestions or alternatives to solve the problem or issue. Ask for help if you need it. Don't be afraid to. There is no shame in saying you need help. Steps for creating a plan. Identify your goals. Determine objectives that you need to hit to meet those goals. Create a strategy and then implement that strategy. Your daily plan. The benefits of planning are that it decreases the time spent making decisions. It reduces all the crises if you have a what-if plan. It gives direction and provides focus. It increases your proactive activity. And not only that, it increases the quantity and quality of your work by following a proper day. So, first of all, set up 15 minutes every day. When you come in the morning, take 15 minutes and set up your plan. Write down all the tasks you need to accomplish today. Prioritize them. Correspond each task with a productivity cycle. Estimate how long each task is going to take. Assign a time of day to do each. And make realistic time projections. Allow enough time for each task. And be sure to schedule a short break of 10 minutes or so to clear your mind in between tasks. Account for interruptions. Allow some cushion in between tasks. Do not include your long-range goals. List only your short-term goals. Schedule a time for every task in your list. Make it a habit to follow your plan daily regardless. You'll find out by being dedicated to your schedule that you get more done and you feel better. And schedule your social media time at break time, lunch. Limit your Facebook, texting, etc. Things not to schedule. Tasks that you can delegate to somebody else. Tasks that you perform just to please others, but have no relevance on what you need to do. Thoughtlessness or inappropriate requests for your time. Discard. And let's take a look at productivity since we mentioned it. Objectives of productivity is to increase it by controlling interruptions in meetings. Recognize and overcome factors that adversely affect your productivity, and remember, you are evaluated by your productivity. Factors affecting your productivity. Procrastination. Many of us procrastinate. We try to put it off. Develop a do-it-now strategy. Get it done, get it over with. The worst of all is perfectionism. Learn to delegate and only rework or re-go through twice. If it isn't good by 2 times, it's not going to get better. Have an ability to say no, and don't be indecisive. What is the problem? What are the choices? What is the better or best choice? When you're running meetings, invite only necessary attendees. Seek attendees' input before scheduling the meeting. Create an agenda. Start the meeting on time. Cover the most important agenda item first and have time limits on each agenda item. Control the discussion. End the meeting on time, and then, before everyone goes home, review everyone's assignments so they know what they need to do by when. Control your time. Plan ahead if you need to leave early. Be on time for your meeting. Prepare yourself for the meeting. Know the agenda. Bring any necessary materials. And then stick to the agenda. Keep comments on the subject. Any sidebars or in-depth discussions, have them offline, or what we call a sidebar meeting. So your leadership skills for meetings are to have objectives, know who the participants are and their assignments, have an agenda, make sure you define the date, place, and time, and who's in charge. The three parts of conducting a meeting are to identify objectives, cover agenda items, and summarize and review assignments. And then question, what is the most important task of this meeting? Make sure that that item gets covered. So that's it. Any questions? Please visit our personal time management or time management for business planning. Have a good day.